Okay, so you're feeling a bit delusional. Let's handle that. Okay? Expansion without mental discipline becomes distortion. So, if you're trying to rise and elevate and explore spirituality in multiple lanes and multiple planes and multiple dimensions and you're not grounded, your reality and the things you perceive therein can become delusional very quickly. Okay? And so let's just kind of dig into this a little bit. One of the reasons why I'm feeling right away why you've been feeling a little bit delusional in your spirituality, besides the fact that you need to ground it, is we've talked about this before, but whatever you've been exploring with to elevate your perception, that process needs to be ritualized, it needs to be sacred, and it needs to be grounded, okay? Because if not, if you're trying to do it to get a rise versus to open your eye, right? Then you will get a rise, and more than just your eyes will be open too. Okay? So let's get a little bit more deeper insight into this. If your highest self made all your decisions this week, what would immediately change? This is the conversation you need to have with yourself. Okay? If your highest self made all your decisions this week, what would immediately change? Would you still be putting the same things into your body? Would you still be putting the same things into your mind? Would you still be putting the same thing into your eyes? Huh? Huh? Okay? So this is what you need to handle. Because the spiritual world is naturally multidimensional. And when you think about dimensions, it doesn't just go up and down, it goes in and out too. And if you don't have a map by frequency, you'll get in there and you'll be like, oh, where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Right? And you'll get lost and might be hard to find yourself, especially if you're not doing it from a righteous place. This is not the time to be playing around. Okay? Seriously. So ground your practices. Don't go further than what you're ready to handle. And make sure that you are being led by your highest self. Okay? There's an affirmation that I say and I activate daily, and that's all my actions are led by, all my steps are led by the divine. I cannot go wrong. When you say that, that means you also have to follow divine guidance for all of your steps to be led by the divine. So my vision, God showed me a message to give to somebody at 2:00 in the morning, their time. Okay? I didn't want to call them. I didn't know where they were at. And I honestly wasn't aware of what my vision seen of that I was supposed to tell them about, right? And so I'm like, it's early. I don't want to be bothering somebody. Like, my human mind is like, as far as I know, that's not going on. Like, why do I have to call them? But when I say all my steps are led by the divine and I cannot go wrong, I have to trust that. So when the divine gives me guidance to say or do something or go somewhere or stay or be quiet, retract, slow down, speed up, right? I have to do it because that's my divine guidance. And sure enough, it was on point, but that's because all my steps are led by the divine and I cannot go wrong. And that's a commitment. So when you say that, your steps are led by the divine, you have to be willing to be led in divine time. Okay? And you have to be willing to move within that divine time and within those divine lines. And those lines are wavy more than they are straight. So you've got to learn how to be agile and flexible, okay? Let's get an intention from my book, Highlight Your Intentions. It's a self-guided, an 8-week self-development journal book that's guided, okay? Confidence. Creative confidence. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you. Creative confidence. So you're wanting to be confident in taking your creativity to the next level, and your spirit is trying to guide you to do certain things, and you're willing to flow. You just need to stabilize those practices. Okay, so that means don't jump all over the place. So even when we are planning in an agile manner for our families, for our projects, for travel, for whatever it is that we're doing, it still needs to be stabilized. So even if you want to take a great grandeur leap, if you want a quantum leap, you need to know what your capabilities are within that quantum leap, right? Because people who accidentally quantum leap usually have done it by some sort of hack, okay? And then finding their grounding, unless they're really spiritually stable, is hard. But if you take it one step at a time, you might not quantum leap right away, but you will learn how to quantum leap and trust that you will not fall when you get there, because you've taken smaller steps in a stabilized way. Meaning, let me ground this a little bit more real for you. Perfect. There's a journal prompt right here for creativity for Saturday. Write down at least 5 things you're proud of yourself for. Keep in mind the progress you've made towards highlighting the most creative version of yourself. Okay, so what I get from that is one way to do it in the stabilized way is start with what you know you've accomplished. Multiply that and do it enough to where you're confident that you can continue the cadence, okay? And then once you have the cadence, then you can say, hey, I want to throw in a little horn. Oh, I want to throw in a little water. I want to throw in a little kiss here, a little kiss there, of this and that, right? But you have to have a certain grounding foundation for what you're creatively doing to elevate and rise into your confidence in that manner. And this is your spiritual stability for today. Okay, so here are 3 journal prompts to help you explore, okay? Number 1, where has my awareness expanded beyond my current structure? Number 2, what one behavior would immediately ground my insight? Number 3, what recurring thought pattern pulls me back into confusion? Okay? That's it. Remember, we don't hide from the truth, okay? We do handle it sovereignly. Queen Mama Moon here. Peace, y'all.